Hi, class. I posted the last two assignments for the semester in the announcements this morning, along with the grading rubrics. And the course reflection essay that you will find posted is pretty straightforward. I did put some information about it in the announcement. So I want to hit a little more of the portfolio instructions. This is a digital portfolio that you'll be creating, and most people choose Google Sites because it's just user friendly and it is pretty simple to upload your the work out of Google Drive into the portfolio. So I'll walk you through that in just a minute, but I wanted to look at this and point out a couple of things first. Your portfolio, these are the 5 required elements that must be in there. Okay, these 5 things. And please make sure that the share settings are correct on everything that's inside your portfolio. Every revised assignment, your infographic, everything. Sometimes people will maybe make another copy after they've done revision work and they forget to go back and change the share settings. But it's very important because if I can't access the documents, I can't assess your portfolio. So that's a critical thing for you to remember. The introduction can be on your homepage where you tell a little bit about yourself. And then there's language that's required by the Department of Rhetoric and Writing that must also be included in your portfolio. You can include it on the homepage with your introduction if you want to, or you can create a new page for it. It doesn't matter. But here is the language on the assignment sheet that you can copy and paste and put in your portfolio, or to make it easy, I have created a separate document with just the language, and you can click on this link and it will take you there and you can upload it from there out of Google Drive. Okay? The 5 required elements that I mentioned above have some of these things listed underneath them. Those are totally optional. You do not have to include these things that are listed here. Some students choose to do that because they like to have everything they've written, all their revisions and everything in one place. But the only things that are absolutely required are, as I mentioned, the five elements, okay, that I talked about, the revised assignments. Under resources, sample portfolios, you click on this and it will take you to like 10 or so portfolios of students if you want to see what those look like. Okay, and then there's another video on how to get started and go with Google Sites that you can watch if you need extra help, and I'm also getting ready to walk you through that. One thing before we do that I want to point out is that you can personalize your portfolio because it is your portfolio any way you want to. But if you choose to keep it plain and simple, that is fine too, with just the basic required elements. That it's all up to you. And that is not how personalized it is or isn't is not what your portfolio is assessed on. Your portfolio is assessed on the amount of revision work, the quality of the revision work you do. So it's a labor-based assessment, okay? So if you marked all the comments as resolved and never touched any of the text, that would be like the worst thing you could do, okay? That's worst case. You need to make some attempt at revising based on the comments on your assignments. Please look at the big picture things first. What I mean by that is instead of replacing a comma with a period or things like that, the little grammatical comments I might have made, look at the big picture ones. If I made a comment about the overarching structure, for example, if this paragraph needed to go earlier in the essay with other information, or starting a new paragraph, things like that, the overarching structure. That's a big element. The other big element really is your MLA, in-text citations, and your source page. If there's a comment that those need to be reformatted correctly, I would expect that you make the best attempt you can at doing that. That doesn't mean you have to do every single one, but you need to make a very diligent effort. Okay, so because that's what your portfolio is assessed on. All right, so let's hop on over to Google Sites and I'll show you how to get started. You can go to Google Sites by going to this little box, and it brings up the Google apps that are available to you, and here's sites. So that's what I did. So here we are. And I'm going to create a new site. And this is your home page. So let's call this Composition 2. You can call it whatever you would like to. And then if you're going to give your site a name, it will take it off your title up here. So let's put okay, and then it will automatically drop it there. So now we're ready to write our introduction. So we're going to insert a text box. And this is where you can say as little or as much as you want to about yourself. My name is, and I'm from, and I'm majoring in, that kind of thing, okay? And at least as much as maybe you put on your introduction post the the first week of class, something like that. Doesn't have to be longer than that, but if you want to write more, you certainly may, or add photographs, whatever you want to do there. Now you can put the course outcomes language that's required by the department underneath as part of your home page if you wish, or you can create a new page. But for to show you how to do this, let's go ahead and insert on this page. Okay, so the insert button's clicked. We're going to go to Drive, and I'm going to look for, let's see, I can search Drive, and I know it's called some kind of course outcomes. So let's click on that. Okay, there it is right there. When I double click on that, it puts it right on that page. Don't be worried. Let me get out of there. If you don't see the whole document, that drives some people really crazy. It's okay. You can stretch this down if you want to, and it will take it. See, I'm stretching that, and it will include more if that bothers you. But it's not that big of a deal because this little symbol right here will take us right to the document itself. Okay, so when I'm looking at your revised synthesis essay, for example, and there's only a little bit of the first page, I click on this and I can see the whole document. That's why the share settings are so important. Okay, so that's our home page. Now we're ready to create the pages for the other required elements. So let's go to Pages, and let's add a page here and call it Synthesis Essay. And you can call it Revised Synthesis Essay, Synthesis Essay Assignment, whatever you want to do. And that's done. Okay. And now I can go back and forth between my pages. That's my home page and my introduction and my language. And here's Synthesis Essay. Then I would go down here and insert my revised synthesis essay. All right. So let's go ahead and add other elements just so I can show you the next one. The infographic. And I hit the plus sign when I'm ready to do another one. This one is the rhetorical criticism essay. And last will be the course. Sorry, trying to type slow so I won't make too many mistakes. Course reflection essay. Okay. And there are your 5 pages. So you can go back and forth and see how it puts that in there for you. And that's where you insert your work. And the home serves as the introduction. It says introduction on the assignment sheet, but that's the same as the home page. Okay. Let's see, there's also, you can put in images here, you can embed links, you've got tools here to help you with layouts and all kinds of things like that, okay? And that's basically really all there is to it. I'll show you themes. Where we are now is simple. You want to change the color, you can change the color, pick your own color if you want to. Okay, you can do whatever you want, but that's the simple theme, which is the default. If you want to change, it has several other templates here. You would want to adjust that one out. Let me show you how to do that. You probably already know from working on your infographic. If you pull the box, it makes more space for that. Okay, or I think this is a different one. That blue. So you can see there's a little choice there without getting too involved. That's pretty basic. But the default, as I said, is this one. Okay, and now when you're ready to submit it, you want to be sure and publish it. You have to publish it before you can share it. It will pull up this page, publisher site, who can view it, anyone at the University of Arkansas Little Rock. So publish, okay, and now it's time to share it with me, and that's when you would go here and type my name here. Like this is you, and then you type here. All right, so that's really all you have to do, and then you click done, and you're ready to go. So I hope this helps you get started. I'll be in my virtual office Tuesday afternoon from 1 to 3, and as always, available by email if you have questions or you need any help with anything.